to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Carrie Cutter claims a party guest intentionally threw broken glass into her pool after finding out they were seeing the same man. Bailey Jones says she had no reason to be jealous, so Miss Cutter needs to stop lying.
See, we've got Carrie Cutter here as my plaintiff today, and Bailey Jones.
Yes, Your Honor.
My defendant. All right, Miss Cutter, what are we in court today for?
I am here today because this woman, who I graciously invited into my home, purposefully shattered glass into my pool, and she needs to pay for the damage.
Okay, so you're demanding $1,985?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and what that expense covers is?
It covers draining the pool, vacuuming all of the glass out of the bottom of the pool, replacing the filtration system because glass got into the filter, and then refilling the pool and labor.
Okay, so this is a pool that's on your personal property?
Yes, it is in my backyard.
Okay, and who is Miss Jones to you? How do you know this woman?
So, Miss Jones is an acquaintance of mine. The pool party was about 6 months ago. I had maybe met her once or twice leading up to the party. A friend of a friend.
Got it. Okay,
And
so she's invited as a friend of a friend to your home
Yes.
to partake in this pool party. And then what happens?
Well, what happened was, about 30 minutes into her being at my house, she comes up to me to tell me that she had shattered a glass into my pool. There were no glasses out for the party guests.
What was the reason for that?
Well, come to find out, later on, I heard from one of our mutual friends that she was jealous because we were seeing the same guy.
That's absolutely not true.
No, that is true.
All right, Ms. Jones, we're going to get to you in a minute. Okay, so you're telling the court that she intentionally shattered glass in your home swimming pool to cause you inconvenience.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, what do you say about that, Ms. Jones?
I say that her story is as crazy as she is.
Ooh, okay. Tell the court your side then, Ms. Jones.
I was invited by my former friend Stacy, who has obviously stabbed me in the back, to one of her many parties. She hosts so many gatherings because she needs the validation from all of her friends.
Oh wow.
And I decided to go because
Hot take. Okay.
free food, free drinks, why not?
Okay.
I get there and all there are paper plates, paper cups, like we're at a 4-year-old's birthday party.
Well, okay, so you're saying paper cups, paper plates like you're at a 4-year-old's party. Ms. Jones, you do acknowledge that when you are an outdoor venue, there are some safety concerns when it comes to glass, right?
Absolutely, and if there had been enough paper plates and paper cups to go around, I would have never needed the glass in the first place.
You could have come to me and you could have...
Ms. Cutter. Go ahead, Ms. Jones.
I asked around because there was nothing for me to eat off of or drink out of, and somebody
And that's
directed
important
me.
because you came to the party to eat and drink for free, as you've told the court.
Absolutely,
Okay,
no
go
other reason. You've met her.
Yeah.
So I asked around, and somebody said that if I went to the cabinet in the kitchen, I could find a glass for my cocktail.
Okay.
I brought the glass outside. I had everyone gathered around me, as I always do at parties, because I happen to be authentic and funny, unlike some people. And somebody bumped into me. I accidentally dropped the glass. I immediately went to tell her. Does that sound like something that somebody who did that on purpose would do?
The court hasn't decided that part yet. But okay, so you immediately, upon realizing you've dropped this glass into this woman's swimming pool, you go and you tell her, and what does she say in response?
Before asking me if I'm okay, before asking if anyone is hurt, all her shallow self does is run outside and pick up the stuff around the pool to make sure that everything looks okay because she wants her parties to look like Pinterest threw up everywhere.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Ms. Cutter.
Safety first. I wanted to make sure if anyone was getting into the pool, there was no glass there. And then after I checked on that, I did go to Miss Jones and I did ask if you were okay. She was nowhere to be found. She had already left my house without even saying goodbye.
Well, okay, were you hurt, Ms. Jones? Let's get to that.
I wasn't, but I know her ego was.
Oh, shoot. Okay, wait a minute now. All right, All right, I need to see some evidence, ladies.
Yes.
It's a lot of she said
I have
here.
evidence right
You have
here
evidence
for you.
Yeah, Ms.
Yes.
Cutter, give that to my bailiff.
Evidence from an accident.
Let me see what this is talking about.
There's a copy of an invoice.
I see that.
For the pool repairs.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is to drain the pool. Yeah, because once you drop glass in a swimming pool, you got to start over, right? Because that could, that could literally end someone's life. So you've drained the pool to the tune of $200. The filter replacement, $11.25. The pool refill and balance, $300, and then the labor fee, which was, it took them all day, 8 hours worth of labor to do this. And that total amount was $1,985. So your pool is back operable, ma'am?
Yes.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
Miss Jones found out that we were both seeing the same guy, Travis.
Who I am still seeing.
So
who
you are
dumped
Travis's
her.
girlfriend?
Absolutely.
Travis can do whatever he wants. I'm seeing other men.
And later,
When I got home and I calculated the expenses, the total was $1,000. And then to my shock, Paisley refused to pay her share of the total amount.
this is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with a case of Carrie Cutter, who blames Bailey Jones for sabotaging her swimming pool.
Now let's look at these text messages between you two friends, frenemies, it looks like y'all are. Okay.
Yes. So if you'll actually bring up the first text message, which is from Stacy.
Okay. Okay, so
Stacy-
this is the friend of the friend that
This
you
is the
told me
friend.
about. Okay, go ahead.
So Stacy and Miss Jones had shared a ride share together over to my house to the party.
Yep.
And that's when Miss Jones found out that we were both seeing the same guy, Travis.
Who I am still seeing.
So
who
you are
dumped
Travis's
her.
girlfriend.
Absolutely.
Does that jive with you, miss?
Travis can do whatever he wants. I'm seeing other men. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so she's a single lady. Did you know she dropped glass in my pool and left? Not so much as a thank you for having me. Sus, as in suspect. Girl, I think she did it on purpose. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea you were both hooking up with Travis, and I mentioned your fling to her. Were you just now hearing this Travis hookup story on the way to the party, ma'am?
That was the first I had heard of it, but Travis and I weren't exclusive. We're adults. I have no qualms about seeing a man who's seeing other people.
Okay.
I think the real issue is she's just never lost anything in her entire life. And, she's a girl boss and she's a go-getter and she's perfect and she's in spin class. And for somebody like me who's real and authentic and eat whatever I want and I drink whatever I want, and for him to like me, eating her up inside, clearly.
Interesting. Let me ask you this, Miss Jones. What did possess you to go get an actual glass? Why not say, hey, Madam Hostess, do you have any more paper goods?
That would have been the considerate thing to do looking back, but I can't change what's already happened.
Okay.
What prompted me to go get the glass was her being a terrible hostess and not having enough utensils and plates and cups for everybody to go around.
Let's talk about this exchange that I'm seeing. It looks like this is from you, Miss Jones. Thank you so much for coming over. Stacy, let me know why you had a hissy fit. So this is after you had talked to this Stacy.
Hissy.
Correct.
I don't know how you were brought up, but if you think that's acceptable behavior, you are sadly mistaken.
You're the only one that's
I'll be
sad.
happy to Venmo you the cost of the repairs. So you were going to send her a request for
For
funds?
$1,985.
LOL, don't hold your breath, darling. So you had no intention of paying.
Absolutely not. Accidents happen. Look at her haircut.
Wow.
pretend like I didn't
Okay,
hear
you
that.
two are really both quite hot messes. Okay, so you had to incur this $1,985 entirely, ma'am?
Yes.
You've paid it. You did admit that you went in her house, you got the glass. How did you drop the glass, Miss Jones?
Whenever I go to a party, people like to gather around me.
I know, you're the center of the attention, you're the life of the party, you are the superstar. Yes, Miss Jones, the court is clear. What happened then?
I dropped my glass. It was on the pool deck. I didn't drop it in the pool. It wasn't malicious. And honestly, I didn't think about the safety of the glass by the pool because even though she hosted a pool party, was not letting anybody in the pool.
But it is a situation where once that happens, Miss Jones, now the whole pool is compromised. You do understand that part?
I do at this point, yes.
Okay, at this
And
point.
that is why I went and told her immediately. I know that it's a safety issue.
Okay, so also
And then
that's
left
why
my
you
house.
told her.
Yes.
Okay, so y'all, this is not a good situation between you two ladies on the front end, only exacerbated by this accident, which you contend was an accident.
Absolutely,
And you
on purpose.
feel was on purpose. And let me ask you another question. Had Miss Jones, she did not, but had she come to you and said, you know what, Miss Cutter, there are no more paper plates and cups, I would like a cocktail, how would you have accommodated her?
Great question.
Miss Jones, I know it was a good question.
sorry.
That's why I asked it. Now go ahead, Miss Cutter.
I do have extra paper plates and cups in my house. I always come prepared because I host a lot.
Okay, so you would have been able to accommodate her request?
Yes, I would have, Your Honor.
Okay, do you have any final words, Ms. Jones, before I make my ruling?
I don't. I think it's preposterous that she'd think I would be jealous of anything but her income, honestly.
Let me go ahead and get ready to rule on this, ladies. First of all, I think that it's clear to the court that there is no love lost between you two.
No.
Okay, my goodness. I've never seen such night and day personalities in quite a while. I believe Ms. Cutter, when she says that she would have been able to accommodate your request, Ms. Jones, for a paper cup instead of you taking it upon yourself to go rummaging through another grown woman's house and cabinets to avail yourself to a glass cup.
If we're having adult gatherings, have adult utensils.
Okay. I believe that you were acting outside of the scope of your capacity as an invited guest to another adult's home. I believe not recognizing whether you knew, the court feels like you should have known that bringing glass is an innate hazard to an outdoor event, one where someone could, including yourself, Ms. Jones, could have gotten very seriously hurt. I don't believe, Ms. Cutter, that this woman was so jealous about Travis, no matter how hot and fine he is, that she would intentionally shatter glass on the likes of your property. But I do believe that it was a willful execution of her negligence to bring glass to an outdoor pool event. Therefore, the court finds in favor of the plaintiff, Ms. Cutter, to the tune of the full $1,985. That is my ruling.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,985.
Any final words for each other?
Have a good life.
Travis says hi.
Okay. You've had your day in court. Please follow me.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
$500, which is her portion, you're saying, of a portable air conditioning unit.
Correct.
So this apartment had no central air?
It did not have any central.
Okay, so you guys decided together to do a portable air
Correct.
conditioning unit.
Closed captioning provided by This is Equal Justice with Judge Eboni. Next time on Equal Justice with Judge Eboni.
I heard from one of our mutual friends that she was jealous because we were seeing the same guy.
That's absolutely not true.
No, that is true.
All right, Ms. Jones, we're going to get to you in a minute. Okay, so you're telling the court that she intentionally shattered glass in your home swimming pool to cause you inconvenience. What do you say about that, Ms. Jones?
I say that her story is as crazy as she is.
Ooh.
This is Equal Justice. Sylvia Hamid claims her former roommate broke her promise to pay half the cost of an air conditioner. Paisley Farmer says the price of the portable unit was more than she agreed to, so she shouldn't have to pay a dime.
Well, hello, ladies. Looks like I've got Sylvia Hamid here as my plaintiff, Paisley Farmer as the defendant. Ms. Hamid, what brings you to court today?
I'm suing my former roommate, Paisley, for $500 because she refused to pay her half of the portable AC that we agreed to share.
Okay, so you two ladies lived together for how long?
We lived together for 6 months. I was the one who got the apartment for us, thanks to my credit score, and I was the only person on the
lease.
agreement. Yes, on the
okay,
lease.
but it was a 2-bedroom.
It was a 2-bedroom and 1 bathroom.
And 1
correct.
bathroom. So really the apartment was in your name, ma'am.
Correct.
And she's paying rent to you, essentially?
Correct.
And at this point, she's moved out?
Yes.
Okay. Now, before we get to your side, ma'am, tell me this, Ms. Hamid. $500, which is her portion, you're saying, of a portable air conditioning unit.
Correct.
So where did things go wrong?
So basically, the initial model that we were gonna buy together was for $636.
Okay.
When I did go there, the model that we were supposed to purchase was sold out. So I had to get the closest to the deal we had already agreed on, which ended up being $761. We obviously needed someone to deliver and install the portable AC. I told her, and I did mention, that I'm getting a handyman to come install the unit for us. The handyman asked for $238, which I paid him. And then, so the total was $1,000. And then to my shock, Paisley refused to pay her share of the total amount.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
We agreed to go half, so you need to send your half, preferably by the end of the month so I can pay off my credit card. You say absolutely not. Good credit's important to her, ma'am.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with a dispute between Sylvia Hamid and her former roommate Paisley Farmer over a pricey air conditioner.
Do you have any evidence proving the cost of the unit?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
cost of the inside? Go ahead and proffer that to my bailiff, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
And let's see what we got here. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
It is a quiet energy unit with Wi-Fi control. Okay, so it looks like this is the smartest unit on the market, $761. Okay, great. Then I see you have a payment here to the installation fee for $238. That is for the handyman. Okay, let me look at this text exchange here between the two of you. So this is saying, hey, do you want to get this AC for the living room? Looks like you say, sure, it's nice and it has multiple uses. I like it. Okay, perfect. The total is $636 before taxes. She says, okay, I'll send you $318 after it arrives. Miss Farmer, what do you say for yourself?
This is it installed.
This is it installed?
Yes.
So it's just sitting like that, like an eyesore in y'all's living room?
Yes.
Do you have any evidence to show the court, ma'am?
I do.
Okay, give that to my bailiff.
I'll take the folder, everything.
Oh, everything?
Yeah, please give him everything so we can
so much.
consider it. Thank you, ma'am. Let's see where we are. Thank you, sir. This is the defendant. Why didn't you discuss this with me? I could have found someone for cheaper. $500 is not my budget. I can only do what we agreed upon, which was $318.
Yeah.
We agreed to go half, so you need to send your half, preferably by the end of the month so I can pay off my credit card. You say absolutely not. I mean, that is why, you know, good credit's important to her, ma'am.
Yeah.
Because that's how y'all got the apartment. I don't know what your credit score looking like. Okay. Absolutely not. I'm not about to pay for the extra cost I knew nothing about. But you could have asked, not just keep leaving me to do all the work. Well, how about that? You know, it sounds like, but for your roommate here, y'all might still just be sitting up there sweating.
Judge Eboni's verdict when Equal Justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
So where did this go so badly that you ended up moving out?
I just refuse to pay the extra money. I think it's just immoral.
So why is it that when you saw there was a price difference, you didn't simply text your roommate, ma'am, and simply say, hey, it is going to be a bit more, $100 more to be exact. Are you still good?
I've always been the one who's taking care of everything in the household.
Well, you had a house. I mean, that's clear to me. You had a household.
That is correct.
I also reimbursed her, I just want to say.
All right, I believe, absent any more remarks, ladies, I'm ready to make a ruling here. I do believe she's right in that when you saw there was a price difference, you owed her a duty at least to inform. That said, nobody could reasonably believe that any handyman in America is free, ma'am, okay? So therefore, I am ruling in favor of the plaintiff. You need to pay her $400. I am deducting $100, ma'am, from your claim. That's the $100 you must eat for failing to inform your roommate of the inflated cost. That is my ruling.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $400.
It's just like ridiculous. I was never told about this expense. I shouldn't have to like eat all this money when I only lived there for 2 weeks longer.
I think it was a simple issue that we could have solved without a courtroom.
Yeah.
You've had your day in court. Please follow me, ladies.
Thank you.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.